We'll start the video for week 3. It's week 3 of our first round of the tournament. Got the two knights, the Witch King, and the Dwarf duking it out here. You can see the scores from weeks 1 and 2. The White Knight has a small lead here, primarily because he found the golden icon and promptly sold it for $100. I mean, that's not an insurmountable lead on gold because he spent over half of that hiring 3/4 of the order to come with him to kill everything that stands in his way. And any Magic Realm players know that those Knights of the Order are ridiculously overpowered and can take out a lot of things which otherwise would sort of stymie the Knight. So we got a lot of, and he has them pretty much until, when was it? So the order gone. Pretty much till the end. I mean, he's going to go pretty much to day 26. So it comes down to utilizing as much as it. So we do have one last thing to do before we start proper. At the beginning of the week, so beginning week 3, which is where we're at, day 15, we draw 3 more events. The 2 events that have survived are the Wolf Bounty and Goblin Horde. I think the Wolf Bounty is... The Horde's still up, but I don't know if bounties, do they stay around? 2 weeks. So the bounty is good until... what, day 21 or whatever. So we'll do through day 21. How's that? Through day 21. There we go. So we got a wolf bounty through day 21. No one's seen any wolves, so hey, such is life. But we do get 3 more events for the week. We get a spirit, a possessor spirit, a dead adventurer, and a storm is coming. Okay, well that's sort of interesting. I think both the possessed spirit and possessed is really a dumb word since he's not possessed, he possesses. But so be it. Let's roll a random clearing. 4 or 5 is Cliff 5. So Cliff 5, we'll put the spirit out. And storm is coming. Do we have a storm chip? Did I forget to make a storm chip? Oh well. What I will do instead is we will put a go pip out because it'll be a black cloud. How's that? So Cliff 5. Oh. Right here. So the spirit goes there. Pretty much if you get there and find it on a 1, 2, or 3 on a search, the spirit then follows you. As soon as you kill something, if the spirit possesses it and you get that thing that's a follower, with the caveat that its speeds are 1 worse than they would have been otherwise. Because it's zombified. So that is interesting and great for, say, the Black Knight who's just sitting there, wondering where his gorgeous statue treasures all went. And why the frick are there so many dragons in this space? In the meantime, we have to decide when this storm is going to come. So what we're going to do is we're going to roll 2 dice. As the Magic Realm roll, we take the higher of the 2, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On day 20, there is a storm coming. And what that means is, at the end of the day, we're going to assess where everyone is on the board. Anyone who is in shelter. And shelter is a dwelling, a cave, the Lost Castle, and the Lost City all count as shelter, and they score a victory point. Anyone who's left out has to roll and fatigue that many asterisks because they're out in the storm. So this one usually isn't hard, and you usually get most of the players or 3 of the 4 players scoring something like that. But it does make you make a decision. If you're on your way to do something, do you really want to kill time and go into a cave, as a for instance? Because that might burn a day or 2. Or do you want to make a move into a dwelling? So let's write these down. We have a possess. I'm just going to say possess spirit. What the heck? I don't care. Possess spirit. We have a storm on day 20. We do have a dead adventurer here to check out too, so we have to roll him as well. Let's roll a spot for him. 2, 3, cavern 3. Look at that. Right with well, we know what happened to him. It's going right with the goblins there. So the goblin horde presumably killed our dead adventurer. Now he's worth a treasure to whoever finds him. And if you drag his body back to he's worth a victory point if you take his body back to a dwelling. So let's see what the White Knight is going to do. The White Knight still wants to locate the vault, still wants to kill a spider. Killing a spider means finding the cairn. The spiders aren't coming anywhere else. So, having said that, the horde still has 6 treasures sitting in it. We might be able to grab something out of the horde, which we've already found. I mean, the horde is marked off. So I'm going to move into the horde. And then let's search and search. And we're going to assume that our knights here are mostly going to be able to help us if anything shows up. We're going to be able to take with the knights. So we're going to be a little bit ballsy, get a couple loots in, and then make some hard decisions as to what we're going to do. Maybe we go into the cave and we hide and we let the knights gut these goblins, because that would be a fairly... The only one that scares me is this guy. And on that side, pretty much. So that's that guy. R7 is done at the end of the day today. We don't have any money to hire him, so he's going to leave us. Not a huge deal. So if we get him killed, no big deal. So the question there is, do you hide and search again with the assumption that you're going to be able to take cover real quick? Hope to get one more set of loots in. Let's do that since we have the card. Let's hide, search. Understanding at the end of the day, Rogue 7 leaves our employ. The third character is our guy, our buddy here. And we're going to move into BL5. That should complete. We might as well hide while we're doing it. Or, no, we're not going to hide, and I'll tell you why we're not going to hide. We don't want to get trapped. Well, no, you know what? We can hide. We can go in. We can run out at the end of combat. So, not a big deal. Let's hide once. We'll move to BL5. That's going to complete the Explore. And, we're going to score Explore right there. Done. We won't write it twice. That's sort of dumb. Done. There you go. That's going to be our 4th point for the Witch King, who's actually rolling quests pretty good, strangely enough. And he would really like to get here. Maybe that's his next goal, is just to absorb that. And then that, he can then do a bunch of stupid shit. You don't need broomstick anymore if you're a fucking dragon, pretty much, is the idea. And so let's think about that. But let's complete our gig first. So that's the knight. And then the dwarf, the dwarf is going to hide once. Well, he's going to hide twice, I should say. And then he's going to move into the chapel. And that will remove curses. Yay. Okay, thank goodness. And actually... So how does the dwarf feel about the... He doesn't really care much. I mean, you're not going to hire... And then tomorrow he's going to have to rest, unfortunately. So that's going to be a little bit of a rough haul. But that's what we're going to do. So I think that's day 15. Let's get a monster roll for day 15. 3, so we got some goblins coming. Maybe an octopus. Who knows? Dwarfs first. So the dwarf will hide, just in case. It's not really going to matter, and we end up in the chapel tonight. Nice thing is we don't have to roll. The order won't attack us because we didn't blaspheme, that whole thing. So the Black Knight is going to hide, and if he fails, he does fail. So he's got to burn his card. So the Black Knight fails. He steps on a twig. The twig snaps. The dragon turns, and then he finds something else to duck behind, and the dragon goes back to sleep. So we are hidden, and we have 3 loot rolls. We're looking for a 3 or less. We get a 4. That is no good. 3 or less. There we go. There's a 3. So we're going to get the 6th card off this pile because there's 3 small cards up top. The Ointment of Steel intercepts all attacks. There you go. So it is effectively T plus armor for all intents and purposes, or T armor, I should say, sort of. So I mean, that's nothing. You're not. I don't know. He's not burning up the universe there, but he is at least. He has something to do a gift exchange, so that's good because he has gift exchange with a soldier potentially. So he's going to roll one last loot, and he fails. And he is done for the day. Do we get a monsters? We got Patter. I don't think Patter Mountain is anything. It's nothing. No. So we're good here. White Knight. White Knight moves up. Doesn't even hide. I don't think anything's going to show up, though, so that's nice. He's going to loot the Horde twice. 2, so he's going to draw the 2nd thing off this pile. It is the Golden Crown. Intercepts attacks. $50. Man, he is rolling in it. And he gets 1 more loot. Looking for a 5 or less. He gets a 5. He's going to draw the 5th treasure off the pile. And Dragon Essence summons the same monsters as a smoke chit in mountains or caves. Well, that's super interesting. Okay. And that's sort of always there. Like, there's no getting rid of that, so to speak. I mean, you can get rid of it, but... So, it's interesting. He has 2 great treasures now. So that is going... So, for instance, that will actually score him points. You said shit. Well, yeah. This is a 70s Avalon Hill game. It's all chits, baby. Little chits, massive chits. Chits and giggles. All right. So he is done. And again, I don't think anything appears. Software for the virtual desktop. So, or do you mean the stream software, like OBS, or are you talking about this is Tabletop Simulator, OBS, Streamlabs OBS? If you explain more what you're looking for, I'm not sure which is what. Yeah, Tabletop Simulator. Yep. And this is very nice. This, by the way, is a very nice board for this. It's the Karam's redesigned scripted. It will literally set everything up for you. All you need to do, you have to know how to play, but you don't. But setup is literally 10 seconds, which is super cool. I really appreciate that about this. So let me hide for the Witch King. We move into here. So now what that's going to do, oops, sorry, when Pathfinder fell off. What that's going to do, it's going to score us another point because we explore the Borderlands. So we can either take 10 gold and all paths and passages, or under my sort of experimental rule, which I was going to do, is score 2. Because all these explorers where you have to hit every clearing in a tile are usually disasters time-wise. And you can see we first started doing the Borderlands back in day 2. It's day 15. So it took 2 weeks technically to complete this. So, but we're going to complete this. We're going to score 2 points because I don't know the Witch King cares about gold right now. But he's super happy to score 2 victory points. And nothing appears, no goblins, no nothing. Let's take a quick check. So the dwarf gets his curses removed. So that is nice. So we can just blank that, and he's back to 8. He can now rest these chits. Now the only problem is he can rest these chits. Good luck. And since we don't use, I don't double his whatchamacall. I don't double his rest phases because we don't harm him. He actually gets 4 phases, so he can just rest. So what he's going to do is move out of the chapel, so he doesn't have to hide. So he's going to move into the valley and then rest 3 times. And the problem is he's going to spend almost a week probably resting, which is going to suck. So that's not ideal for him. So what he really needs to do right now, before he decides on that, is figure out so I think he's going to keep the cash in the Lost Castle. The Lost City has a good chance of being right there to the north in the cavern, so he might. But I'm going to turn in Ancient Scrolls. I'm going to turn in Deep Diver. And we're going to look for 2 more that might be sort of more instant or closer, instantaneous. So he does actually get 2 good draws. Instead, he gets Bridge Magic, which is cross 3 bridges. And he gets Merchant, which is buy and sell. So both of those are pretty good because those are both, I say, easy to do, but they're pretty clear and straightforward, and they're not taking you to taking him across the board or whatever. Okay, so let's see where we're at. We are at day 16. So let's write day 16 for the troops here. We have 4 treasures left in the horde. I mean, I don't see a reason why we're not going to wear this. So we're going to just wear the golden crown for now. And because if it breaks, it's $48. So it's not that little. It's a great treasure. So ideally, maybe we don't. Maybe we put it away because that's gonna two of the great treasures is gonna make us. If we beat the dwarf, if this gets smashed, it stops being a great treasure. It just becomes a pile of gold. And so, but let's stick with it. We're gonna assume our guys can protect us here. I would argue we're going to. Really, the decision is: are we ever going in here or not? We can get the dead adventurer. We can get these goblins. Is that a thing we want to do? We have to locate the vault still, which literally means traipsing through the woods into here. We could cut those serpents pretty quick. The vault only has 2 things in it, so that sort of sucks. So we're not getting any treasure out of that vault since it was looted fairly heavily before. So it really comes down to what's the next thing for the night. He has a slim lead right now, probably a couple points on everybody else, easy. How does he score some points? He could try to hit that spirit up. So he could try to hit the spirit up since he knows this path. So he could grab it, try to grab that. He, again, could try to get in here and kill these guys. Or he could head down to the vault. Spiders are a little rough. I mean, maybe the cairn's in here too. That's the other thing too. If the cairn's in there, then we do get this tremendous spider out. Then he can get Spider Slayer. I am going to say so I'm going to say it's either going to be get some more treasures from here or grab the spirit first off. And is there any necessary? See, he doesn't have to get the treasures aren't going to make him win more. I mean, aside from they give you shit and that's good, and some of the stuff's awesome. Oh, and I do have one more thing. So the last thing I would do is, I'm sorry, in combat, he's going to run. Because you can do that. You're allowed to sort of force a combat. I mean, technically, combat happens regardless if combat happens. That sounds stupid, but it is true. And so he's going to run from that combat. And what that does is that puts him on this path, which means he's outside when he starts his day tomorrow. I think I'm gonna get the horde again. So we will hide once, we will loot the horde 3 times, and then be done. Hopefully, we'll get a treasure or 2 out of there, and then we can figure out what else to do. So the Black Knight draws a card. He has end of phase in the small campfire. So that's good. So I'm going to say find small campfire. And that's right there, except it's a mile away. Super close, but super far. And the Witch King got one too. Pilgrimage. Visit the chapel, the altar, the shrine. There's a bunch of places. He has. So he has guide, and he has not snake, or pilgrimage. And the dwarf now has bridge magic and merchant. Okay. So White Knight, he's looting. The Black Knight. No longer has take cover. So he no longer has and his His guy is gone, by the way. So R7 is gone. So we're going to put R7 really right there. Not sure why R7 wants to take up residence with all the dragons in the realm, but he does. He's into it. So, I mean, we could try to run to get that spirit also. We could try, to get to here to do our quest that we wanted to do. The nice thing about the quest is we'll get another treasure. The only bad thing about hitting up the spirit is that then you are stuck. You have to cross back through here. So you go 1, 2, you'll have to search once or twice or 3 times, and then you have to hide to get back through because he still doesn't want to fight that thing. So I tell you, and he doesn't know if the White Knight's going to go for it. Theoretically, I'm going to go for it. So he's going to go 1, 2. So he moves. He's going to move into here. Hide once, search once. So move into the spirit. He's going to hide once and search once in hopes of finding him. Maybe he just one-shots it and gets it in one search. That would be great. The Witch King needs to move out to 2. So 1, 2, 3. In theory, I mean, we should be a little bit careful, right? Because so he moves 1, 2, 3. If he hides and moves, he can make it. So he has to move to 2 for first thing. He has to hide once and then move into Dragon Hell. If he can do that, that's a winner. If he can't do that, it's going to suck a little bit. We'll figure it out. He might still be able to pull that off because his absorb is a 2 times, so he's going to be able to beat everything on here. I think, no matter what happens, and that's a pretty big deal. He should become the tremendous dragon instantly, and then he'll eat the hell out of all those other dragons because that tremendous flying dragon is the S tier absorb, I feel. And then the dwarf is resting because he just got his ass kicked by the thing. So on day 16, let's get a monster roll. And who knows what's going to happen? 2 serpents and demons are going to happen. And let's see who's going to go. It's going to be the Witch King first. So the Witch King is going to move like he's supposed to. He's going to hide. He doesn't. He's going to move, and everything blocks him. So done. Black Knight is second. The Black Knight moves into here. He is trying to hide. He doesn't. Having said that, nothing's going to happen because all the dragons are tied up, ready to eat the Witch King. So Black Knight sort of lucks out there. Oh, and he searches one. So he needs a 3, 2, or 1 to find the possessed spirit. He gets a 2, and so he does indeed swipes that thing. He one times it. So now he has a possessed spirit as a buddy. Oops. Oh, jeez. I don't remember what that move was. I suppose I can control Z. I hate that it reloads. I always worry about that. Because it reloads a lot of stuff. Oops. I'm just going to put oops there. He scores possessed spirit. And grabs a point. And now the next thing that dies in his clearing, the spirit's going to take over. So that's fun. Knight hides. He does. So Knight is hidden. Oh, and it's serpents and demons, so nothing would have come on our guy anyway. He's going to loot 3 times. 4. Take the 4th treasure off the hoard. It is the Death Gloves 1 die loot. Well, I mean, sure. Second loot is a 4. Nope, nothing. Oops. Oh, third loot is a 5. That's nothing. So I think we are done today. And nothing appears. The White Knight is done. The dwarf moves out. He rests 3 times. So let's see what we need to do here. Duck's coming back. 1, 2, 3. So let's just start with that. Three. And the dwarf will be here. And now we have a fight. In this fight, let's see how this looks. This guy's not fighting. He's just gonna watch. He's like, hey, what's up? And yes. I'm Witch King. So all these guys are on our sheet. So we spread the creatures out in some fashion. The Witch King needs to cast. He needs to beat every time on his sheet. So he needs to beat all 4s. The nice thing is, he has that. He has Black Magic. So this time 2 beats every 4. He casts Absorb Essence. His target is the Flying Dragon. So he becomes the Flying Dragon. And so we are the Flying Dragon. How do we want to... So we'll just do... Well, and we don't have any attacks because we cast. So now we're this guy. And, well, that's the encounter step. So now we just have to spread these guys out like this. We don't have an attack played because we can't play an attack because we cast a spell. Everybody stays exactly where they are. These guys bang on me. Now let's check their flippage. That is not a flip. That is a flip. These guys hit. Oh, no, he doesn't hit. He hits. Bam, he does heavy damage. I'm tremendous. Doesn't do jack. That's the thing about this guy. He's tremendous in armor. You need to be doing the best damage in the game to be able to kill him. And very few creatures do that. These guys cannot kill the dragon. So that's going to be an issue for them. So now we are... So the next round, we're now on the attack. I'm going to hit this guy. I'm going to play on that side. So let's see where these guys end up. So I'm targeting the top dragon. These guys do a 6, so he moves down there. He moves up. Does the first guy flip? He does. Does the second guy flip? Hopefully he doesn't. He does not. So what happens? We go fastest to slowest. Fastest attack is the flying head because it's the fastest and the longest. I do tremendous damage to this guy. A time 3. He's a time 4. He is hit and killed. This guy hits me for heavy damage and does nothing. Now we're going to do him. Going to roll that. This is the next round 3. So he goes oops. He goes here. Does he flip? Doesn't matter. He doesn't. We kill him because we intercept and undercut him. And bam, we are done. The power of the Tremendous Flying Dragon is, man, if you were a time 4, you were dead. So Tremendous Troll is dead. These dragons are dead. All the other dragons. I mean, this thing can kill anything in the game. With this side. That's why you want this guy. That and the fact that you're gigantic and armored. And you can fly. And get all the chicks. I mean, everything about that Tremendous Flying Dragon is the best. It is the best. So he gets 15 prowess. And so that's going to put him in... it's going to put him in some good company there. He's going to start being able to kill pretty much everything on the board. So the one reason why I do it on the Witch and the Witch King, if I'm doing an Absorb build, is as soon as that dragon pops up, you can broomstick to him and then jump him, and that is often enough to win you the notoriety battle or whatever, right? Does anybody else have a fight? I think no, and no. So we are good to go here. So yeah, let's do a quick. So what day is it? That was day 16. So even now the scores are starting to shift. The White Knight is going to take over Great Treasures from the Dwarf. So that's going to shift. And I think Prowess is going to shift to the Witch King's favor. Like that. And the White Knight has 1 card. The Black Knight has 2 cards now. So we got 6 points for the White Knight. Still 2 for the Black Knight. 5 for the Witch King. The Witch King has jumped. And 3 for the Dwarf. I think that's where we're at. Okay. So let's see where day 17 will take us. Where will day 17 take us, for crying out loud? Good question. So we can't get in here from here. Like we can go 2, and then we have to wait till tomorrow to go in to see what this is about. The Possessed Spirit has been resolved, so we discard that. I'm just checking my cards here. We still got an adventure. We still got a storm. The Goblin Horde is still in play. And if we see a wolf in the game, it is ready. They're going to give a bounty. Also, I mean, the knight, though. I mean, you could do these goblins. You could do them pretty easy. The knight might not even fight them. He might just hide the whole time, to not worry about getting hit. At least the first round or two. I hate going into the caves with, say, the knight simply because you're super slow in there. Getting back out to get back to, say, the order is a pain in the ass. I do think the Lost City's probably in there, so the Layer's probably there. The Cairn might be in there. But it also could be down here, in which case that's a shame because there is no one getting that. I don't know what's in the ledges. Who the hell knows? And no one's getting that either. We still have to find the vault. But I do think we're quickly going to see our lead evaporate to, say, the Witch King, who now just has to keep a supply of black magic on him at all times, and he sort of wins. I mean, not wins, but he wins like battles, right? So that's 1 day, 2 days, 3 days to get there. 4 days, 5 days, 6 days to get out. Or you can, I mean, and so you're going to score 2 points if you go in. Well, you're going to score 1 point and get a treasure because the Dead Adventure is not a guaranteed point. You have to get his body back to here. So So, I mean, that's something to consider as well, because that's another 6 days, 7 days, 7 to 8 days all the way through. So if you go 7 days, on the other hand, if there's a bunch of crap in there and you score Spider Slayer because the cairn was in there, the other option is to run to the vault 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days to the vault. And then are we going to kill spiders down the vault? No, you're not killing any spiders. You know, you might make your way through to, but that's a long haul. You're probably not going to do that. I'm going to say we're going to go in. So what we're going to do is we're going to hide twice. We're going to move into 4, and that's it. And then we're going to we're going in. We're going to just dive right in there and see if we can't take those goblins out and just roll with that. So that's what the White Knight is doing. The Black Knight is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. The Witch King cleared this out for him. Good for him. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's going to go to Maple Woods 4, and he's going to pop the gift exchange. So 1, 2, 3, 4 to Maple Woods 4, and he is done. The Witch King. We just need to quickly assess. So I have no black magic right now. So right now, no matter what, I can't do jack. So I don't like that. I'm going to move to Maple Woods 2. I'm going to rest 2 times. I'm going to use my extra spell X, and I'm going to spell and get at least 1 mote of black magic to pull my absorb. So right now, my absorb is tied up, right? And oh yeah, the spell used this chit is also employed in magic. So there you go. So I actually can't. That chit is useless because it's on this spell. I suppose I could put it there, right? And so we should just note that that's the case. So, but I just need black magic now to sort of do it. So I'm going to go there, going to get myself some black magic. That's his day. Last but not least is the dwarf. I'm going to probably rest just 1 more day, 2 more days. Who knows? We're going to rest, and hope for the best there. And the only problem with merchant is I have to walk, and walking's a pain for the damn dwarf. So we'll see what happens. So that is my day 17 written. And let's roll the monster roll for day 17. It is a 2, serpents and demons again. Black Knight goes first, so we just go 1, 2, 3, 4. We are done. The White Knight goes second. He's going to move up into there. He's going to hide twice. He fails once. I don't think it matters. He fails twice, but no serpents or demons appear on a roll of, on this tile. Witch King moves here to be safe. He rests twice, so we're going to pull this and this chit and then flip that one. And so now we are pretty safe. And now the dwarf rests because the dwarf is hurt. So let's pull a move, and we'll pull a fight H, and we'll pull that one back. So that's 2, right? So we did, we pulled 1. That's 2. 3, 4. We still have 8 phases to rest. We still literally could rest for 2 days. we'll have to just make a decision as to how much is enough, right? Does anyone pull anything? No. So sitting where we're at, we're not going to pull much, actually. So for the night, I think we are going to hide once and then move into the cavern. Just once, just to make sure, just to see what's in here. So we're going to pop our head in, see what this mess is, and then we'll go from there. The Black Knight goes 1, 2, 3. So we are going to hide. We're going to move to the house. And then we're going to score gift exchange. Done. I mean, you know, it's making some assumptions there. So the Witch King sort of needs to figure out what he wants to do. We don't know where the altar is. The shrine is... where's the shrine? Oh, the altar's here. There you go. So the altar's way down here. The shrine is somewhere, right? No? Did we not find the shrine? Seems not. I don't know that I care for that one. We have guide, so we can search, see, we get secret paths and passages without looking. We have snake charm, which needs a damn snake out. There is a snake here. So we could do that. We have pilgrimage, which I don't know if it's worth worrying about at this point in time. So the Bashkars in the company are friendly. We don't like much else. What else is there to do? Could look in the high pass. We could look in the ledges to find stuff. So we're not going to do... So because the spirit is gone, so let's just make sure that's the case. Done. I'm just trying to figure out where... Is there a place to fly to? Is really what I'm trying to discern. Is there a good place to fly to? And the answer would be, maybe. I tell you what. So let's do this. Let's rest once. We'll use our extra spell X again. We'll use our spell phase. So we will then have another black shit in play. So that gets us 2 chits. We have two chits going now. Let's focus on Snake Charmer. And Snake Charmer will... So we'll invoke a black and we'll fly to the Oak Woods. And we'll have 1 extra black. So if we end up here, we can walk in this way. If we end up here, we walk in this way. And we can go get that thing. Now we could, I suppose, wait another day. And in fact, maybe we just do that. So hold on. So we got 2. So let's hide. So we hide. We rest. We spell X and spell. And we do another spell. So that'll give us rest, spell, spell. We'll have 3 black motes. ready to roll. And then we'll fly down to here. That allows us to use guide efficiently to get this if we need to. We will grab that snake. Now, I don't need a follower. I mean, it's not going to help me, but we'll get the point, and we can move on from there and find the next thing to do. So we got that for our guy. So that's day 18 for him. I think the dwarf, one more day, and then let's start making a call as to what the dwarf does. So for this day, let's see what the roll is. It is once. We got some dragons coming. That's sort of cool. And what order do we have? We have the dwarf and Black Knight, Witch King, and White Knight. So 4 rests. That is 2 of these chits. Just do that, and we are done. So he is done. The Black Knight, 1, 2, 3, right? I don't know. Did he hide? He hid. So let's roll the hide. Someone might actually show up at the house. Who the hell knows? Well, the company would have showed up at the inn. He fails to hide, so that's at least that's a thing. But no one's going to show up. And now he's going to pop gift exchange. So what he does is he's going to give them this, these soldiers. And he gets to pick one of these. So it could be awesome. Oh, they suck. Okay, well, so be it. I mean, he'll take the potion of energy simply to satisfy the conditions of the exchange. So he's scored. Gift exchange is done. Is it done? He will turn these other ones in for the next day. And that's that. So he's going to burn all the pretty much. Because, I mean, we're not finding a bunch of treasure. The camp is in an awkward position. Let's just see what he gets this coming day. That's the Black Knight. I was hoping they had a cool treasure, because sometimes you get this great thing and you trade it out and you're like, oh, that was a great exchange. The Witch King hides, rests, pulls this back, flips, and flips. We have 3 motes of black magic. He doesn't really need to hide because he's in here, so it doesn't really matter. He could have moved or something. He should have. He's done, though. And then the White Knight hides twice, or hides once, I should say. He does, and walks into this, which we've been waiting to pop for a long time. It is Stink and Flutter. Ugh. So nothing appears because there's nothing alive to appear. But I'm not going to say this is a bust, but it's a little bit of a bust. Because there's a 50-50 chance that was the lost city. In which case you have a couple treasure sites still to pop. And we might have seen them. Instead, nothing appears. And so, now it's just, well, do you go in to score the point and then walk back out? Because you are spending a week doing that. And that will take us into our last week. And you'll be almost done. And then the question is there anything else you can do? And so that's a nice thing about the questy game is simply it really does ask you, it's opportunity cost, right? You're continuously fighting that opportunity cost. I don't think the dwarf can get over 3 bridges for I don't think there are 3 bridges to get over for him. Okay, so I think that's the end of the day. I don't think anything is fighting. I think we're sort of in this weird space, right? So yes, you're right, Lewis. The opportunity cost of becoming a developer, happiness versus money. I'm not sure which I got. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how that worked, by the way. Um, uh, love my work. Don't love my job all the time, but I love my work. But I would retire in a heartbeat. So let's see. I think the knight's gonna lean into it. I think we're in a position where we have to lean in. I think that this is a pretty safe. I mean, we can get some trolls, but I think we can kill the trolls. So I think we're gonna walk to 6. So move to cavern 6, and we're gonna just try to and keep in mind. Oh, by the way, and keep in mind that we do draw as though we have a smoke chit. Oh, well, that's funny because that actually drew. Because we have the dragon essence. So I have to remember that no matter what happens, we have a smoke chit on us. In fact, there you go. Let's just make one and put one on us right now. Let's copy this. And we will paste it. And this is on the knight, pretty much on a semi-permanent basis. He has a smoke chit. So in Smoke Cave, he's going to draw that guy. So he actually has a fight tonight. So that's cool. It's going to be a not super difficult fight, but he's got. So that evening, and he wants them because he wants to get as best he can. He wants to get that Witch King out of the top spot if he can. So we are hidden, I believe. Or no, he failed. No, I think he hid. I do not outright remember. That sucks. I will roll and pretend that this counts. He hid. So he hid. So he is hidden. So this dragon is not on his sheet. So this should be trivial. We're going to play this to ready the weapon. I mean, and actually, you know, we'll make it even simpler. It doesn't matter if we hit. We're going to lure him with this guy. And we'll play our horse on the encounter step on this side and on this side in the melee step. And we will end up here like that. So this is how we're going to play it. We ready our weapon and we then go here and we put that like that. I mean, again, we might as well use these orderlies here. Where does the dragon end up? Dragon ends up there. Does the dragon flip? The dragon flips. Oops. Whoop. Stop. Back. Does the dragon flip? He does. So, I mean, what happens is no one hits anyone. Adam. Okay. Well, that sucks a little bit. And that's one round of combat down. So what we're going to do now is, and that's fine, we missed, so we still have our weapon ready like that. What we're going to do now is we're going to play all these guys in the same fashion. So in the encounter step. And now what we're going to do, we're going to put the dragon on his sheet, his own sheet. We're going to deploy these guys to the dragon's sheet. And it doesn't, he cannot damage the damn horse. So it doesn't matter what happens. We do need to hit him this round, though, or else the combat ends. And we might as well score the damn combat. So where does this dragon go? He stays right there. And he is going to flip. Where do these two yahoos go? We'll just roll 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for the box. One stays in the top box, and the other one goes to the bottom box. And then this yahoo goes to the middle box. So there you go. All the boxes are covered. So who's fastest? Well, these guys could flip or not. It doesn't matter. This weapon's going to be the fastest, but it's going to miss. That's true. It's not going to matter. These guys are going to hit each other. This guy's going to hit him first. Even if he had heavy, he cannot get through the horse. The horse is tremendous. And so this guy's going to kill the dragon. So 5 notoriety for our paladin here. That's going to put him up to 30. So he is going to battle the Witch King for that prowess nudge. And it's funny because I'm picturing like the White Knight. He's just trailing smoke. It's just so okay, whatever. We can do this. We get the tremendous one tomorrow, so screw it. But we have to roll a 1. So okay, that's the evening then, and now we're ready. So he's going to run to 6. I think that's fine. What is the Black Knight going to do? So let's look at his cards real quick. His navigator, which is to navigate 3 passages, find the shrine, and he has a riddle. So navigator's better than what he had. Find the shrine or locate shrine. Yeah, we know where it is. It's way down south, so that sort of blows. And we can figure out where the riddle game is and see if it's viable for us to go to. 3-3. Caves 3. Unfortunately, I think Caves 3 is down here at the Toadstool Circle. That sucks a little bit. And if it was up top, we would definitely go for it. But it's way down there. So, how fast can we get down there? That's not too bad, actually. That is actually the straight shot. So I think we'll try it. Can we navigate in the meantime? We might be able to. So, okay, we can score some points. Knight can score a couple points. So what we're going to do is we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll take this first move to the Maple Woods. And be done. Witch King. So let's figure out the Witch King strategy. 1, 2, 3. I say we're going to pop. We're going to pop black, and we're going to fly, and fly again to the cavern. Or the caves, I should say. And we're going to land and see what the hell happens. So 1, 2, 3. And we'll just pop right down in there. And wherever we land, we land. That's sort of how it's going to go. And we're a dragon, so we should be mostly safe. There's only a couple things I'd be worried about. And then the dwarf, I think the dwarf is ready to roll. We just got to figure out what the goal is. So what's the dwarf's goal? The dwarf, you know what? We're going to go for the Lost Castle. It's right here. So we're going to go. Yeah, this sucks because we can't move into there as the dwarf. So what we'll do is we'll move one. We will hide one and rest twice. There you go. Done. Hide. We're going to hide. We're going to move. And we're going to rest 2 times. And we're going to the deep woods. And then we're going to rest and rest. So that'll get another chit back. So, okay, I think we're good. I think we have 19s all around. We do. Let's move the marker. We go. Okay. We're coming to the badness here in a day, and I don't know how many of us are actually paying attention. Not a ton, really. Let's do it. Let's get a roll. 2 serpents and demons. Okay, maybe that's cool. And let's see who goes. Dwarf is first, then the Witch King, then the Knight. So the dwarf goes here. He is going to hide. I don't think anything's going to come after him. He succeeds, but then he rests twice. So this is nice. Let's pull the fight. And we are done. Dwarf is done. The Witch King burns a black. So we will do that. Let's do that right now. Fatigued. And now he becomes a dragon. 1, 2, 3. And he's going to land somewhere in here. 1. Pop. That's a shitty place to land, actually. But we do. And that brings this guy. And these guys. Sort of funny, actually. Okay. That's his day. White Knight. The White Knight is just going to walk and walk. He's good to go. He doesn't even care. Nothing attacks him because serpents and demons. And so we are done. And the Black Knight just makes as much movement as possible down there. And let's see what the hell happens to our guy. So, we do have Snake Charmer. So that is Snake Charmer. Let's read Snake Charmer. I think it should be pretty trivial. Snake Charmer. Encounter a serpent. If it is M or H, you score a VP and can choose to either kill it for prowess or take it as a companion. If it is T, you can kill the serpent by becoming unhidden. You score a VP to gain prowess for the kill. 1 VP and the prowess for the kill. So in other words, we charm one of these snakes. And we're going to eat the other 2 snakes, really, is what it says. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take my VP first. Let's just go with that. So we'll start there. So we're going to score Snake Charm. And that gives me another point. So we are picking the points here. Actually, the Witch King is moving on points. Because he has 6 card points right now, and I think I undercounted him before. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this guy, and he's going to be the one that I kill with the charm. So I'm going to go to my sheet and put him on the kill pile. The reason for that is because notoriety, the prowess is multiplied by the when you killed him in the day. So now these guys are on my sheet right now. But I am a damn dragon. Because I came in as a dragon. So I am vaguely unconcerned about what's going to happen. I am going to play on this side. Now this guy, I should say, he's a little dangerous. And if he hits me, I'm going to have to make sure I attack him. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do this. Let's do it this way. Maybe we'll figure this out. So let's see what happens to the guy. So 1 goes down. Does the first dude flip? He does not. The second guy never flips. He's tremendous. He will flip if he hits me. So, in the first round of combat, who's first? This head is first. It is the longest thing in the fight. But this head misses the snake. My body hits the snake, and so I flip. Now that sucks, frankly. And this probably was a little bit wrong. Yeah, I should have killed him just because, because he's right there. Nonetheless, this is where we're at. So we're going to do the same thing. So we do medium damage. It doesn't kill a heavy snake, but we do flip it. If we hit him again, we're going to kill him. So we got him with both the head and the body. What happens? One goes, same thing. So one stays the same. He doesn't flip. He doesn't flip. He misses me. So I'm fastest. I miss. He hits. Doesn't do anything. He misses. I hit him, and because I'm tremendous, I kill him instantly, and he is done. That is the second thing killed today. We put him there. I flip back to normal. And this is going to be an insta-kill. He goes down here. We're done. This tremendous head hits him and does tremendous damage and kills him. So what happens? We get 4, 8, so that's 12 points, plus 21. 12 plus 21 is 33 points. So we're going to score 33 points for that kill. And we scored Snake Charmer. And that is not a bad little haul for the Witch King. Do we have anything else going on this evening? No. Okay. So let's take a look. It is day 20. So on day 20, I definitely would like to hide just because, and then I want to move into the goblins. Because, I might not even fight, weirdly enough. Might. And we'll see what happens. And this definitely could go bad. We could drag another dragon in here and so on. So, gotta consider that. But for right now, we're going to hide and move in and fight. The knight is going to go 1. So let's see. Black knight. 1, 2. And let's search twice for this path. Because we have to navigate anyway. We're going to move and search and search. If it's bats, well, get this guy until a couple days so we can. Hey, Wolf's dad. Hello. Nice to see you. How are you? Yes, I love Magic Realm. It is my favorite board game, 100%, by far. So I try to play it as often as possible. So we're gonna move. We're gonna make maybe the crap move. We're gonna go down. We're gonna search because we need to find these paths to satisfy our navigator quest. If it's bats, that's a little bit of a crap fight, which we can do, but it's a little bit of a crappy fight. We'll just have to live with it, and maybe take a couple of wounds and so on before we get to kill that. But we need to find this path and this path. And then I think if we find these paths, we will head down here because we do need to get to this quest, this riddle game here, and then maybe find this passage. And that will then give us 2 points potentially Yeah. Oh, great. Yeah. No, I'm glad. I've been enjoying it. It's gone through a little resurgence with my kids picking it up a little bit. So we've had some fun games around with my family too. In the meantime, I'm just playing four characters with a sort of a questing variant, and about it. And we're on what, week 3? We're slogging through week 3. So we're gonna go on and we're gonna do that, and we're not even gonna hide because maybe we should hide. Let's see stink could stink could be an issue, but that's gonna be a giant. Spiders aren't gonna be an issue because they're dead. Bats, of course, are an issue. I mean, bats could suck, but only one's going to be able to pop into here. The other ones will appear here. So I think I'm just going to make the naked move and try to find this thing because we're not running out of time. We're running out of time a little bit. So the Black Knight's going to make a little bit of a bold move, maybe too bold, but we'll see. The Witch King just ate a bunch of dudes as a dragon. Got his serpent on. What is his quest that he pulls? Curse breaker. Get cursed and get it removed. That sucks. That's not good. We're just gonna. That sucks. It's not even a thing for him, really. So where is he trying to get to then? So I say what? It's unfortunate I'm in the damn cave too. So what we're gonna do? I think we're gonna pop and fly into the ruin. Maybe we land in the altar. That'd be great because we have pilgrimage, which is to go to the altar, chapel, shrine, the rift. I think if the rift pops, the monastery. But right now, the altar would be one of those two. If we don't end up there, then at least we have a path to get to. Um, at least we have a path to get to here. And if we can get to here, what the heck am I thinking? Oh, we can turn these stupid quests in, which we're not going to be able to pop, and hopefully get something we can actually score by the end of the week here. So, with the caveat that we would love to be in a cave by the end of tomorrow, or are we writing day 20? Hold on, we are writing day 20. So by the end of this day, it would be nice to be in shelter, huh? That sucks because it is really encouraging him to sit tight. So we have a storm today coming. So I mean, okay, fine. You know what? Fine. We're gonna rest. We're gonna use our extra spell in our spell phase, and we're gonna pull this chit back, and we're gonna flip it and be done with that. And that will score us the storm. Right? So at the end of the day, we should score storm because we will be in a sheltered clearing when the storm hits. So great for him. Let's see what the rest of the universe. Well, we know what the White Knight's going to do, and he should score storm too. So we'll write that down just to make sure we remember, since I might not have remembered otherwise. I think he's sort of screwed. He's just because he's moving. Can he score the storm anyway? Does he want to score it? Maybe we do. Maybe we change our move and we just pop down there. Now it's a crap thing to do, but maybe we pop in there and score that. The only caveat being that those guys could show up on a 4. And are we end of the day today? No. You know what? I think that's fine. I think we move into BL5 instead, and then we score storm. because we're only going to fall behind if we don't score it. And we're behind. The Black Knight is behind as it is. So let's just pop in. We'll score it. Hope for the best. And now the dwarf, who just rested his cursed fatigue chits, is now questioning his life choices effectively. And frankly, you know what? Oh, you know what? Lost Castle is sheltered. So we're going to hide twice and move up into the Lost Castle. Done. And then we'll score it. So everybody's going to score it. And we will score Storm. And he scored crap. He's had a hell of a game. All right. That looks like day 20 to me. So end of the day today, we got to figure out the Storm. And I think everybody's going to actually succeed. Dragons today. Oh, the knight's going to pull a dragon too. Great. Awesome. All right. Let's do it. So Black Knight first, White Knight, and then the rest of the gang here. So the Black Knight moves into here. Does Smoke... Oh, Smoke is going to pull... Oh, that's hilarious. So Smoke pulls here, actually. And I don't think Roar does. I think we're out of dragons, frankly. We've run out of dragons. Who can I substitute the cod? No, sir, you cannot. So, okay, I mean, that's strangely... Oh, well, okay, the White Knight fails to hide and then walks into the goblins. So there you go. With a small army of the Order. So that's good and bad, but it's a little shitty because now we can't sort of utilize them exclusively. So the dwarf will hide 2 times. He does. He walks up there. I don't think anything appears because I think we're done. We're literally out of dragons. Unless the lair, everything is done. And the Witch King holds tight, as I said, pulls this over, spells, and gets magic. So we need to do this fight for sure. So let's do this fight first. This is going to be a little bit of a dicey one, but we have a lot of support at least. So we'll stick with that. This guy is the danger. He could flip. He could kill one of the horses of our 3 guys. These guys will do absolutely nothing to our boys. So that is really the question. The question is, so I think what we do is we're going to lure and lure and lure. And then we have to take the rest of these because anything you don't lure, you get. Characters get. So, okay. So these 3 goblins, I'm not as worried about. They're these 2. If they stay on the light side, they won't do squat. I'm going to leave this. I'm going to keep it active, even though I probably shouldn't. It's worth a half a point to me to keep this intact. I'll live with that choice. So let's play our best move. And we'll duck. And we're going to play this here. And it doesn't matter what we play because we are unalerted. And so what we're going to hope for is that... So if this guy lines up, he could destroy my armor or damage it. And wound us and so on, but But these guys cannot damage it, but they might wound. So we're hoping these guys don't flip. And I don't know what I'm hoping this guy does, if I'm to be quite honest. I'm hoping he flips and doesn't intercept me. Is really what I'm hoping. And then the next round I can auto give him with the Morning Star. In the meantime, I'm hoping these guys kill their dudes, and so that they can lure all the other guys off my sheet, and we can get this combat in a we can handle this combat and get it in a controlled manner real fast. So let's see what happens here first. So who am I going to aim at? I'm going to aim at a guy here. If he comes and hits me, I want to get him because he's the danger. He's the danger in all the horsemen and so on. So let's just do that. So let's see where he ends up. So let's roll the die first. 6. So what happens? So he shifts down, and these guys shift up. Okay, that's a good sign so far. Does the first box flip? No. Does the second box flip? No. Does the third box flip? Yes. Okay, that sucks. That's sort of not what I wanted to happen. Okay. All right. So what happens? Well, longest weapon first. That's his. He pounds me and crashes the armor and wounds me. So I take a wound. And I'm gonna wound. I'm not gonna play fight T5 in this combat. So there you go, done. So this was a costly fight. Ugh. I don't know. Now I'm questioning my life choices. Having said that, I kill him directly afterward. So though he gets me, he is the first to die, and we're done there. So that's this little setup. Let's go down here and let's do each one of these. And really what we're looking for is, do they line up or not? Because so these guys play. You're bringing me luck tonight. Well, it was okay luck. No, it was literally the worst possibly happen in this fight. So be it. It sucks a little bit because sort of how we count gold. Obviously, this is going to count against him. He's going to have to make up that difference. That's $17 or whatever. But he's ahead right now by quite a bit. But it does make it interesting. Now everybody else has a shot, I think, whereas they didn't before necessarily. So be it. So let's see what happens here. First, and we would like these guys to line up. 6, so he's not going to line up. He's going to go down here. Does he flip? He does not. So next. It doesn't really matter how we play the horses, but we're going to play them, obviously, on the encounter step, we'll play them on the shitty side, and on the melee step, we'll play them on the good side, but it doesn't really matter. These guys are going to hit every round and do no damage. And he does flip. And then we're going to go down here. And no one's going to line up. It doesn't really matter, but I would like to. And he does flip. So, okay. So everybody misses. These guys get hit. The tremendous war horses that are dragons eat all the damage. Now, okay, it's a little shittier. It doesn't really. Well, actually, I do have to worry now. So now it's a little disconcerting. First off, I have to fatigue also. So we have to fatigue a move. So let's do that. Because I'm armorless. So these guys wound me now with these hits. And if this guy flips and gets me, then I am screwed. I am heavy wounded and killed. So I need to be very wary now of what's going on. Whereas before, I was like, whatevs. But now it's a little dicey. So I could certainly use one of these guys to clear his plate here and grab another goblin off. But I mean, this is where we're at. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna play here, and we're gonna play. So this is where the golden crown comes in. Although again, that could be smashed because these guys are faster than me too. So not super excited about the way this combat has gone, believe it or not. So we're gonna play that. We're gonna play like this. Oh well, I mean that's just how it goes. I mean the White Knight, a little cocky. Where we hit, we would not have even fought. We made the high roll, and I should have re-rolled it. Son of a bitch. I have a re-roll. That's what Lucky Day means. I could have re-rolled the hide. Let me pretend. Would it have done it, or would have I rolled a 6 anyway? Okay, I feel. You don't know. You don't know how much better that makes me feel. If I'd have rolled like anything but a 6, I'd have been motherfucking myself all the rest of the evening quietly in my head. But since I rolled a 6, perfectly fine. It wasn't my bad play. It was simply bad luck. We'll delete the destroyed armor. Here we go. So, ideally, I would rather not have either of these guys line up. Frankly, not this time around. I would rather everybody miss. Maybe I don't know. I don't know how you feel about this. Let's just see how this goes. I would like none of them to flip. I'll tell you that right now. So 5. So what the heck happens? So everybody shifts down. So there you go. My wish is the game's command here. So does this guy flip? He does. Does the second guy flip? He does also. I miss. Everybody else misses. The weapon flips over. And we have to fatigue. And we do. Okay. That's good-ish news-ish, maybe? Let's see what these guys do. It'd be great news if these guys kill one of their dudes. If anyone hits somebody, we're not going to hit anybody. No way, Captain. Not hitting Jack. And nope, he doesn't flip. Let's go to the next one. 3. So these guys switch. Wow. And he flips back to his light side. 6. Oh, that is pretty horrible luck, actually, if I'm to be honest. Okay. That is the first round. Well, I had to fatigue. Well, I did fatigue, so I'm done. Okay, so we're okay. All right. All righty. Well, now we want to line up. Or we don't have to line up. We could just not line up and no one flip. So either way, let's get this going here. So 1. So he goes down here. Does this first guy flip or not? It's the first bit of good luck. Does the bottom guy flip? Hopefully he does. He doesn't. So fine. Our attack is first. It's going to hit this guy, intercept, and kill him. Done. So he is the second goblin to die. Our weapon flips over. We have to fatigue again. Okay, then that sucks because now we're doing this. Oh yeah, no, this 2 rounds, none of these guys hit. So the chance of that is 2/3 to the power of 6. Holy shit. I am tempted to get my calculator out, but I'm not going to. So this sucks a little bit. But we're not quite there yet. So we had to fatigue. We fatigued the H, the move H, and we are done. Okay. Now we're playing these guys. So at least he hits. So let's do this guy now. So we just default them just like that all the time. 3. So he goes there. And largely just comes down to does this guy flip or not, just to see what's what. One of these guys needs to kill their dude. that's how I need this to go. So, because I don't want to take a hit effectively. All right, get one of these guys going. 3. He goes here. He does not flip. 3. Holy shit. Okay. Well, now the only question is, I think I'm stuck, right? These guys are they're done. They can't. So I can't lure one of the. I can't trade off effectively. Can I? Can I lure them off of a native? Let me look up luring real quick just to make sure, because I don't like the way this is going. This is going really shitty all of a sudden. 32. So this is the third round I've missed every 2/3. I'm going to do after this fight is done. I'm going to check what the chance of that is. So luring. Each character can take monsters and unhired natives. Character cannot remove denizens from his chart or put denizens on other comfort. You can only take denizens onto his right. When he takes his turn to lure, a character can also use his hirelings to lure. Yeah, that is not quite helpful. Sure. Each hireling can lure one attacker, blah, blah, blah. Hireling who's luring is the defender. Yeah, I know. I mean, that's fine. All of that is fine. What is sort of important is I think these guys are just assigned. I'm just going to roll with that. I'm going to assume these guys are assigned and that I am screwed. So what do we got here? All right. So I'm going to get hit no matter what. Because I can't play a fast enough chit. No, it doesn't answer the question. So the question, I think the question I have is, how much does this reset? So largely, can you trade a goblin, right? Can I go, okay, I got all my guys. Now we're going to lure. He's going to lure him and so on. Or do these guys always stay sort of attached to their dude, right at the end of the round? And that's just one of those rough beginning of combat, all blah blah blah, counters lights at right. Right, identify, blah blah blah, end of combat, yes, sure. Tag, do not start right? So none of these actually give you a good answer. Characters come. These are yes. Encounter step. So there you go. So this is a uncontrolled and unhired natives and monsters that are already assigned to characters as a result of previous round of combat remain assigned to those characters when the new round of combat starts. So the literal reading of that is that this guy, because these are not characters, these are denizens, these are hired natives. This is the character. So this guy's on my sheet for sure. And in theory, I could lure them away, I believe, if I'm reading that very literally. Because again, after characters and hirelings finish luring, all the remaining unassigned monsters and natives are assigned to attack unhidden targets in the clearing. Each monster battling native is assigned to a character at random. The character who rolls highest must assign the attacker to himself if he's unhidden in the clearing. Otherwise, he must assign it to one of his unhidden hirelings. So I think now this might still suck, by the way. So I can indeed so these guys effectively are, free and clear at the end of the round, and they would all go to me. I could be reading this wrong, and I rarely come to a point where it matters. So it's one of those where I go, okay. So in theory, what I would do to try to salvage this is lure this guy like that, and then go here. And then, really what you can do is that. And then what you're hoping is either this guy doesn't flip or he hits or he stays up here. In that case, you will get him first. So, we'll roll with that this round. Okay, let's see where this guy goes. 2. Oh, of course he does. So he goes down here. Does he flip? If he does, I think the White Knight dies, strangely enough. He does flip. Or the White Knight takes that serious wound. But there you go. So that's all she wrote, pretty much. Let's randomly see if these guys don't. So he goes down here. Barely matters if he flips or not at this point. Oops, let's actually roll that die, please. He finally hits him. There you go. A little too late. Oh my god. And 3. So he goes to here. And he doesn't flip. So this guy hits, does heavy damage. The knight fatigues. And if we're doing, let's pretend we're doing, and this flips, by the way. Let's pretend we're playing serious wounds. So let's see. 5. He's wounds 5 asterisks. Well, I'm going to be a jerk and we'll wound that. 2, 3, 4. No, let's 2, 3, 4. That's terrible. We actually don't have a good set of chits to even wound, strangely enough. And 5. All right, so we'll keep him in the game by wounding, and we'll just pretend that that's how that rolls. And this guy actually kills his guy, just because, what the heck, we'll do it. It'll be interesting to see how this plays out now. God, this is literally the worst. I think the worst that could have gone. So now we are going to lure this guy off the White Knight sheet, thankfully. And now it's a little bit of a no-brainer, right? But all we needed to do is get through 3 of these sons of bitches. So our weapon is readied. So we're going to go here, just like that. And I don't care where we play this. Play it right there. Where does this guy go? He goes 3. This is, I mean, it is truly like 9 times they've missed. Does he flip? Oh, well, whatever. I mean, that's the game. The game does that. And then even that, so 5. So everybody pops down. No flip. Oh, well, as I said, that's why it's sort of weirdly beautiful is, you know, and I always put him up here, so sorry. And he goes down there. And flips. So what happens here? The White Knight will actually crack this guy with a 3, and that goes like that. So weapon flips over. We'll just literally go down the line. I'm not even gonna deploy. I mean, we can. So we'll there you go. We deploy. So while we were already in the deploy stance here, so we'll deploy. We had the sheet set up around anyway, but that doesn't matter. It just so we're going to deploy here. This guy's still lured. This guy, which really should look like this, just to get the symbology right. So where does the goblin end up? He ends up here. Now these guys all have to roll to see where they end up, and we'll just do box 1, 2. They both end up across the top. So everybody misses. That weapon goes. Where does this guy end up? 4. So he's going to stay across the top and die. Does he flip before he dies? No. Now we'll deploy everybody onto here. So there you go. So now we have guys on every place, except it's not going to matter because they're all going to flip to the same thing. The goblin goes down the bottom. Where do these first 2 guys go? They go in the first and second boxes. Where does this last guy go? First box. So that is a miss. Oh, well, it's not a miss because we missed last time. Oh, does this goblin flip? I should say. Did I roll that? I don't remember. He does flip. So we do miss. Everybody misses. And now we're sort of back to this, but now a round has passed, except for the paladin bleeding out. Where do we go? 4. He's going to stay there. Where do these 2 Yutzes go? 5 and 6. So they actually stack up down here. And I think they do separately go because every one of them has to roll a separate, and he goes down there. And I knew that was going because sometimes the dice do the stupid spinny shit. Does the goblin flip or not? He does. And then the White Knight kills him with that. So we'll stick with that, and we'll make that official since we're playing this as sort of a tournament fashion. It behooves me to keep these people in the game as long as possible. So we will play with serious wounds, even though it makes the game, of course, easier. But so that's 21 points for the Knight of Prowess. That kicks him to 51. Those goblins are dead, but we don't have to actually keep them out because those goblins, I think, were pulled from the extra pile since that was a goblin horde. So we score the goblin horde. So we score Storm and the horde. So that is 2 points, actually. Oops, two extra points. Oh, wrong. Yeah, there we go. So we got 2 out of that. And we'll have to check to see. So let me score everybody first. Make sure they get the point, because sometimes I forget to mark these. And everybody managed to get in. Ugh, that was dismal. God, I feel dirty. I need a shower. Ugh. Uh, oh my gosh. So let's see what the Goblin Horde actually is going to do for the White Knight here. So the character who kills the Sword Goblin gets a random artifact. Goblin artifact. So we're going to roll a d6. See what it is. It's a 2. He gets the Spear of Rathar the Coward. It is a spear, M6 and M. Length 14, worth 10 gold. It's sort of shitty. A star. It's an M star at least. Just checked in Consim World and BGG and found nothing related to the situation. Just some general notes on luring. Yes. What I would probably do, I could probably set that up in Realmspeak, right? And set it up in Realmspeak and then do it very specifically and go, okay, there's a dude on here, and we got 4. So we would have 3 natives, each with a goblin, 1 goblin on the character. Can they effectively switch, right? And so I will try that afterward and then make a note. I'm okay with that ruling. Like I said, what I tell people is when you're reading rules and you're trying to suss out, some detail, read them very specifically and literally, and take their definitions literally. So when character is defined differently than hired native or whatever, you really define that and do that, and it works 99% of the time. But I'm still sort of uncertain. That felt a little cheesy. You didn't. He still got his ass beat by that goblin. That was pretty fun. This should have been a no-brainer. But what happened was I failed to hide, so went in, totally, and got torpedoed the first round by the Sword Goblin, and then it all went downhill. If he doesn't get hit by the Sword Goblin the first round, that combat is a no-brainer. If any of these guys kills their dude in 3 rounds, this is a no-brainer, and so on. So that was like crazy low percentage luck, which this game, I don't know why, and maybe this is a confirmation bias, of course. Don't get me wrong. I know exactly that I'm falling into a logical fallacy, but this game I always feel is confirmation bias inherent. It eats luck in a certain fashion, and I do love it for that. So anyway, okay, so we got that. The night is sort of gummed up quite a bit. Does anyone else have anything going on tonight? I don't think so. I think we are through all of that. We scored the storm properly, so the storm comes off. The goblin horde comes off. We can find the dead adventurer tomorrow, potentially. The wolf bounty is done tomorrow. I can't. I suppose I shouldn't erase it in case someone encounters wolves somehow tomorrow. I don't feel it happening. But yeah, we are bloodied. 100%. So we do have a day 21 to write. Let's. That took forever. I apologize. um, I apologize for my sloppy play. Let's just put it that way. So, what are we doing on day 21? Holy crap! I mean, so first thing we're gonna do is I am going to. So how quickly to get out of here? Well, the nice thing is we could bop right out. Now, this isn't where we want to be, but we could jump right out of there. And in fact, I think so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to hide, and I am going to, or what's the chance that that happens again? That was a goblin horde that was there for an event. The worst that can happen is a flutter, which keep in mind, okay, time out. This is day 21, so we're monsters are returning to the board here. And stink, which could get me some trolls. So I'm not going to hide. I'm going to search and search to find this stupid adventure, and then use my extra rest phase to start slowly coming back. So that's what he's going to do. The Black Knight sort of boned, but where is he and what is he trying to do? The Black Knight is he needed to run out. Well, that's intriguing too. So that is the one thing. Let me check here. So I scored the storm. I shouldn't have. He had to run out of the cave. So he actually doesn't score the storm. Instead, he fatigues. So let me roll because he's out in the storm. He fatigues 3. So, all right. Let's do things I can't possibly play. We'll fatigue that. I mean, I can play these. I'll fatigue that, but I got 2 of them. I'll. I will fatigue this, and then we'll have to actually pay attention. So he is out though. So he gets his 4. At least he gets his 4 turns. So I'm gonna go 1, 2, and then search twice like I originally had planned. So I'm gonna go move into deep woods. I don't even know. I should really do. I do need to do a better job of checking clearing numbers. So we're going to go to 3. Move into 3. 3 and search for that stupid passage so we can get the navigator thing going and hopefully get to this before to score what we can score before the game ends. So we got that going for the Black Knight. The wizard, the Witch King is ready to roll. He is rocking it. He's got purple everywhere. It's just, what does he want to do? He's a little bit in a shitty way, simply because, frankly, these all suck what he has. So, so what are we going to do? I think we're going to. I mean, we'll hide, pop black, and fly into the room. So there you go. Trying to figure out sort of what the plan is from here. I don't have a good plan. Guide isn't super helpful. Pilgrim isn't great. Curse Breaker is just awful. So he's really, in a wonky spot right now. So we'll just hide. We'll just pop black and we'll fly into the ruin. ruin. And the dwarf, what the hell's the dwarf trying to do? So the dwarf would love to discover the lost castle. So that's his goal. So the dwarf is going to hide once, search 3 times, find the lost castle, maybe. And it is day 21. Purple magic in every clearing. Anything we roll here on a monster roll is going to get popped 5. So all the spiders come back. The statue pops. And then the other thing I do, because I like to have more monsters than less, 1. Ooh, all the dragons get to come back. They don't necessarily, I don't pull them off the board, but I do put them back if they're dead. So they res. Okay. So good enough. Shuffle that in case. White Knight goes and goes. We're going to draw, well, thankfully no dragons. That's good. So search twice and then rest. So we're going to search for this guy. A 4 or a 1, just like a locate, will give me the dead adventurer. Nope. 1 more. No. And then we rest. And nothing pops. If we rolled a 1, we'd have popped. Nothing popped. What the hell are we doing with this mess? So the first thing we should do is this, because we need this chit. This chit, these are the 2 most important chits for the White Knight. We need these done. And we are done with the White Knight's day, and nothing appears because no spiders. So it is the Witch King's day. Witch King's going to hide. I don't think that it matters, but we do hide. And we fly here. And where do we land? 6. In a cave? Well, that stinks, but okay. The dwarf. The dwarf is going to hide once. He succeeds. He searches 3 times looking to locate on a 4 or a... Yeah, it's a fail. 1. Come on. 2 is a fail. Oof. Come on, we can do this. No! All fails. So we do get patter and we do get statue. So let's move this and this over. Patter is here. Statue is here. And that is the dwarf's day. It's a Black Knight's turn. The Black Knight, move, and search. He's looking for a 1, 2, or 3 to find this. He finds it. He gets 3, 6 deep woods. So deep woods, 3, 6, green. Done. And I don't think anything happens to him because, stink. Yes, actually, something does happen to him. Perfect. There we go. We could use a little fighting. So let's take a quick look at this. Can he guarantee a hit on this guy? No, we can never guarantee a hit on this dude. So we're going to lure him, and this is like the last couple days this guy has. So we're going to lure him like that. The knight readies his weapon with that. He's going to wield it with this. We're going to put that over here on this sheet. Oh, and he has possessed spirit. That's true, and nothing's ever died with. So let's see what happens. So once he'll stay right there. So he's going to die no matter what. He doesn't flip. So this guy's weapon is the longest. He stabs him for heavy damage and kills him. Done. And that's it. And the possessed spirit takes his dude over. So it's a spider spirit now. I mean, if we could figure out where this is going to drop, that'd be awesome. And we will attach this to this. Done. So there you go. So what this means is this is our follower. It's 1 slower on everything. We get 3 points. It's not really going to matter, I don't think. I think the White Knight and the Witch King are definitely the ones to beat as far as that goes. We have one more day of our guy here. We have $1 to our name. So we probably are missing him. Does anybody else have a fight on their hands? I think not. I think that's it. I think that's day 21. So we need to do a score check on all of the characters. So let's pull the scoreboard up. And so let's see what everyone has. So the white has 3 points in cards. So let's check everyone's cards first. The Black Knight has 3 points in cards. The Witch King, I think, has 7 points in cards right now. He's definitely been kicking it with the cards. The dwarf has 2 points in cards because I really I screwed the dwarf, so unfortunately. He tried to grab the devil's sword. He got 2 curses instead, and spent a week or so getting curses removed, and he's way out of position. So let's check prowess. The White Knight has 51 prowess. The Black Knight has 23, 62 for the Witch King. So the Witch King wins prowess currently. The White Knight gets a point in that category. And no one else scores, of course, because you got to be first or second place. Let's check gold. Gold is 52 for the White Knight, to 1, to 4, to 15. So it is the dwarf and the White Knight, 2 to 1, just like that. Great treasures. Great treasures. The White Knight has 2. The dwarf has 1. So that's the score, and no one has spells. That's what the Witch King ought to do. He ought to go, well, I just need to go find a damn spell. He'll score 2 points for that category, which is sort of a gimme no-brainer. I should probably make some provision. If you're the only spellcaster, you can only score a point, maybe something like that, but we'll have to figure that out. So let's sum these up. The White Knight has 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 points. So the White Knight has 8 points, and he's doing pretty good. The Black Knight has sort of sucking. The Witch King has 9. The dwarf has 4. So even with the dwarf sort of miserable showing in the middle of the game, he is still not in last place. But currently it looks like the Witch King and the White Knight would are the ones to advance. So that is the end of week 3. We are going to do week 4 here, but we're probably not going to do it tonight. What I do want to do before we end, though, is I want to draw. So the wolf bounty is done because it's through day 21, and day 21 has come and gone, and no wolves were countered. We do have 3 cards to pull for the last 3 events that we'll pull in game. We have banditry. We have a goblin bounty. Oh, there you go. And the Inquisition for a week. Well, okay. I will write these. So bandits, goblin bounty, and Inquisition. Well, that looks like it's good for the White Knight, actually, if I'm to be honest, more than anything else. Although I think the White Knight is gun shy when it comes to goblins at this juncture. So what do we have? So banditry requires a location, and that location is out one of six possible spots. 2, it is outside the house. So So we put it typically leading to, right? Or I put it here, but I put it, blocking the way to the thing if I can. So there it is. And it is the top 3 unhired rogues. So top 3 unhired rogues. Well, let's go and see where the rogues are. Holy crap, that is quite the crew. Well, okay, shouldn't say that. Hold on. We've got a couple other unhired rogues here. Where are they? That's a good question. Rogue 7 is unhired. So we will find him. So before we do anything else, let's grab Rogue 7 because he turns to banditry, being unhired. He's going to go, and then he's going to go, I think. So they go here, and there you are. They're going to cause trouble there unless someone can talk to them, kill them, whatever. You can give King's Justice, which is kill them, intimidate them on a meeting roll, bribe them with $3, and they will just leave you alone and let you pass. You don't score doing that. Or Lord of the Bandits. If you offer 10 gold and then make 10 gold, roll a meeting roll on a 1 to 5, the bandits join you for a normal 2-week contract and you score a VP. It's a little crappy. We'll have a week left. No one will get there in that time, but we do have the bandits. So that's one thing. Goblin bounty means killing any goblin will get you 1 victory point this week. And an ear. Every ear you turn in is worth some number of money. I have to look. 3 gold, I think. And the Inquisition has a number of things you can do at the chapel. And you can, and killing any demon or imp scores you a point. Turning in any item with black magic or any item that has type 5 spells scores you a point. Ending a day at the chapel and wounding your highest magic chit scores you a point. You can, and that's it. And those are the 3 things you can possibly do to get a point off of the Inquisition. Which again is good for the knight if he can get back there in time. That is a good question. So that's where we are coming into our last week. That was a very eventful 2 weeks. Like that was a lot of stuff, a lot of killing. The Witch King went nuts with the flying dragon. The White Knight effectively died and was saved only by the whippy serious wounds roll. But like I said, in the tournament, I typically do run serious wounds because the idea is to keep everybody in the game as long as possible. So that is that. Black Knight is still sort of lagging and hasn't really done much. Whatever. We'll that's too bad because I love the Black Knight. What we'll do is, we'll keep him. We'll try to get Navigator. We'll try to run him down and get this, and he'll score at least a couple points before we end this guy. I think that the Witch King ought to be in a good position to win. And he can take advantage of the Inquisition. He is allowed to do so. The Inquisition will be, quote unquote, if he turns a thing in, they are friendly for that day. Not to trade, but just so that you don't have to roll off on the. You don't have to roll on the meeting table. So if he comes in and slashes his wrist, he will score. The dwarf could turn this in, so that's a point he could get, actually. And that might be worth it. He's right there. Could he kill a demon or imp? Well, the imp's right there. So there's a couple points that even the dwarf could score real quick, just given where he's at. So I like that. And he might, I don't know whether he can beat the White Knight, but the White Knight's in bad shape, and the White Knight's got to, wend his way out of this cave. and theoretically find this dead adventurer. Although, if it's going to take me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days to get here, that's not leaving a lot of room for anything else. So maybe I can spend 1 in here trying to find this dude, and then maybe I have to get out. So this is going to be an interesting finish, I think. I have to think of each character and what the hell each character is going to do. Oh, and by the way, the Witch King will enter a combat, and he will run from that combat to be out of the cave. Just FYI. And we did burn magic. And so we're going to do move ruin 4 as his first move no matter what, just so we can sort of vaguely remember. All right. So thank you guys. Let me end the vid here. So